Alright, so this video we're going to be adding and subtracting polynomials. So it's a pretty easy thing to do to add and subtract polynomials. And basically what you gotta do, and let's take a look at the example here. We have 15m to the third plus 6m squared plus 2m to the third. And we have to look at which monomials or which terms have the same variables, but they have to be the same variables with the same power as well. So you notice on this one, and you're gonna hear me throw the term around called like terms. So which one have like terms? So it's kind of like a matching game. And you might notice that, well, 15m to the third and 2m to the third both have the m to the third on it. So what we can do is we can take those numbers in front and add them together. So 15 plus 2 will give me 17. Okay, and then since they're both kind of like m to the third, it's kind of like a last name or whatever, we're just going to write that m to the third. So these two combine together. But that 6m to the second, that can be combined. Since it's an m to the second, it's technically not the same. So we're just going to tack that on the end. So combine what you can, and then just leave whatever else alone and tack it on the end. So example B, so you might notice that 3x squared and negative 7x squared, they both have an x squared, so I can combine those. That will become a negative 4x squared. I can also combine 5 and 12, okay, and that'll give me a 17. So combining what it's like, so combining like terms. Next one here, which ones are the same? Okay, we got a y to the fifth, we have another y to the fifth, and another y to the fifth. Alright, so 0.9 minus 0.4, that'll give me a 0.5. And there's no number in front, but it's like there's a 1 there. So 0.5 plus 1 will give me a 1.5. Y to the fifth. And that guy can't be combined with anything, so we'll just tack him on the end. So just a few different examples here. So let's take a look at 1a. So I have 2s squared plus 3s squared plus s. I can combine the s squareds, so 2s squared. Oops. Or I can actually combine them instead of rewriting it. So 5s squared, there we go, plus s, and that'll be my final answer there. For 1b, so I have 4z to the fourth minus 8 plus 16z to the fourth plus 2. So the z to the fourth can combine, and the negative 8 and the 2 can combine. So 4z to the fourth plus 16z to the fourth, that'll give me a 20z to the fourth. And then negative 8 plus 2 will give me a negative 6. For 1c, I have 2x to the 8th. I got another x to the 8th. So 2x to the 8th minus a 1. So maybe just a 1x to the 8th or just x to the 8th. I can also combine the y to the 8ths. Okay, so 7y to the 8th minus a 1y to the 8th. That's going to give me 6y to the 8th. And the next one here, I have a b to the third, c to the second. I have another one and another one. So I can actually combine all three of those. So 9 plus 5 will give me 14. And 14 minus 13 will give me 1. So a 1b to the third c squared, or you don't even need that 1. So b to the third c squared. Okay, so we talked about adding and subtracting monomials. Here we're going to be adding and subtracting polynomials. So first off, just adding polynomials. And adding polynomials is actually pretty straightforward. If adding monomials made sense to you, this is going to make a lot more sense as well. When you add polynomials, basically it's the same thing as adding monomials. So they have the parentheses there, but you don't really even need to worry about the parentheses when you're adding. So look at what's similar here. I have x squareds that I can combine together. I also have x's that I can combine together. And I also have, well, the -1 that can't combine with anything. So let's see what we can do here. So 2x squared and x squared, remember there's like a 1 there, so 3x squared. -x plus 3x, so it's like a -1, so plus a 2x, and then a -1 on the end. And the next one here, I can combine the AB and the AB. The A can't combine with anything, and the B can't combine with anything. So, a -2AB and a positive 2AB, that's going to give you like a 0 AB. And we haven't really encountered that yet, but when that happens, those can actually just all the way drop off. So they kind of cancel each other out. It's kind of like if you're adding 2 and subtracting 2, well, basically you're going to get 0, so you don't really even need to worry about that. So then we just have the A and B, so A plus B. And that is my sum for letter B. So let's take a look at a few more. So we have a B to the 5th, B to the 5th, B to the 5th. I have some B's, so 8B, 6B, and a regular B. So 4B 5th plus 3B to the 5th minus 7B to the 5th. So 4 plus 3 will give me 7, but then minus 7B to the 5th. That's going to actually make those all cancel out once again. So 8B plus 6B plus a B, 8 plus 6 will give me 14, plus another 1 will give me a 15B. And the next one here, I got a y squared, a y squared. I have 2 straight up numbered terms, and I have just a 6y, just a y term. So 20.2 plus a 1.7, that's going to give me 21.9 y squared. Okay, so we're done with those. Plus 6y, so make sure to write in the standard form, and then minus 3. So we want to go from highest to lowest. So we are now going to talk about subtracting polynomials. So there actually is only one little trick that you need to do before you subtract polynomials. So remember that subtracting is the same as adding the opposite. So to find the opposite of a polynomial, you must write the opposite of each term in the polynomial. So you're going to see this. So there's going to be some polynomial, and you're subtracting another polynomial. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that negative sign and you're going to add the opposites. So they made the 2 in front here a negative, this one a positive, and this one a negative as we get here. So add the opposite. So we're going to add the flipped terms. So let's just take a look at a few of these. So we have 2x squared plus 6, and then we're subtracting a 4x squared. So what we're going to do is we're going to add not a 4x squared, but a negative 4x squared. Okay, so now we have 2x squared plus 6 plus a negative 4x squared. And now it's just like the problems we've done before. Now combine the x squareds, so 2x squared minus 4x squared. That's going to give me a negative 2x squared, and then a plus 6 on the end. For letter B, so we have a to the 4th minus 2a. So instead of subtracting that polynomial, let's add a negative 3a to the 4th, a positive 3a, and a negative 1. So just flip all those signs. So what can I combine here? I can combine the a to the 4th. That's going to give me a negative 2a to the 4th. Negative 2a plus 3a, that's going to give me a positive a. And then the minus 1 on the end. So the last two problems here. So 3x squared minus 2x plus 8, and I'm going to add a negative x squared and then a positive 4. So flip all those signs. The x squareds will come together, so that's going to be a 2x squared. Negative 2x can't combine with anything, and 8 plus 4 will give me 12. And last one of the video, So 11z to the third minus 2z. So we're going to add the opposite. So negative z to the third, and then a positive 5. Okay, so remember, only do these when you're subtracting, flip the signs, otherwise you can just leave them. So z to the third, that's going to give me a 10z to the third minus 2z, and then plus 5 on the end.